In the age of television, we watched and bought.
The Auto Magic Perma-Freeze, with plenty of room for groceries galore. The Auto Magic Perma-Freeze, with the super duper store-o-matic door.
Now, we participate and share.
No coincidence that, the hottest consumer product is a selfie stick, because people can't just have the experience and enjoy it themselves. Their status comes from sharing their experience with their friends.
But behind every transaction, behind every click, lies a hidden cost.
They now can find out exactly who's most susceptible to being manipulated into buying various products.
Who pays and who profits in the new economy? With the 20th century dawned the industrial age. The key to making money was producing and selling middle-class goods. Henry Ford's factories epitomized the new era. His workers kept assembly lines humming and earned enough to buy the cars they made.
And for me, the symbol of that economy was the time clock. And the central actor was the worker, the basic unit of productivity. And the time clock matters because it symbolizes this effort of organizing humans into super efficient mega machines, squeezing ever more productivity in the service of producing stuff.
Really fantastic, really fantastic.
For decades, this system thrived. Cars got cheaper. So did refrigerators and washing machines. Soon, homes were filled with newfound necessities.
They were so good at making stuff, they were now able to make more stuff than people wanted. And the new economic challenge was convincing people that they absolutely needed these marvelous new things that never existed before.
They'll know you've arrived when you drive up in the 1958 Edsel, the car that's truly new from nameplate to taillights.
At the heart of this tuner, the RCA tube strengthens your TV signal, and it's yours in every RCA Victor model from console to portable. See your RCA Victor dealer and say, "Show me."
Second car, second refrigerator, VCRs, tape players, consumer electronics, Furbies, Cabbage Patch dolls. It was diabolical. And we responded. And so we had to make our houses bigger to hold all the stuff we didn't need. And for me, the symbol was the credit card. That marvelous device that allows you to buy something even when you don't have the cash in your pocket or in your bank account.
The first credit card, Charge It, was issued in 1946. It only worked in Brooklyn and was paid in full each month. Modern credit cards made their debut in 1966, just in time for baby boomers to spend beyond their means.
For Wall Street, this is the worst crisis they've faced, I think, since the Great Depression.
The consumer economy ended on one date, and that was November 21st, 2008, the market crash. And that market crash had lots of causes, but a big part of it was the American consumer finally crying uncle, saying, "We cannot keep buying more stuff we don't need with money we don't have." It got so good at making us desire things that we were spending recklessly, and the market crashed.
Out of the ashes arose a new way of making money. Today, capitalism's holy grail is access to personal information.
So think of WACE, the real-time traffic mapping system. It's a free service because they want your location data. That's a valuable thing to Waze, and it's an economic bargain. In return, by being a member of Waze, you get the data on road accidents that may be ahead. So this is all about participation.
Everyone who engages online fuels the new economy. The world belongs to those who generate the most clicks.
If 10 years ago someone said to you, would you mind if I planted a little tracking device on you that would tell me where you are, what you're reading, what you're spending money on, who you're talking to, and what you're doing 24 hours a day, would that be okay? And you'd say, hell no, are you kidding? I would never let you do that. And yet now people sleep in front of the Apple Store for 3 days for the privilege of buying an $800 sensor that does exactly that and a lot more.
Google's mission statement is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Facebook aims to give people the power to share and make the world more open and connected. But their business model, the way they make billions, is the same: collecting and monetizing personal data.
The Google founders are richer than God, and we don't pay anything. We do pay, but we don't think we're paying because we're paying with a coin that has no value to us, the question we ask. We just want the answer. That's the valuable thing. Google is the opposite. They just want to give you an answer good enough to keep you coming back, because what they really want is your question that, aggregated with all the other questions flowing into Google, is the basis of the revenue model.
Every search, every post or text, simply carrying your phone tells Google your real-time location, actions, and thoughts. Google knows what you and everyone around you is up to, and that's worth big bucks to advertisers.
The dark side is that basically your privacy has completely disappeared now. I mean, you can be targeted literally like somebody, instead of a shotgun, which is how all this used to work, they now can find out exactly who's most susceptible to being manipulated into buying various products.
This is a big revolution, and they're going to be disproportionate winners, and one just hopes they're enlightened enough to do the right thing.
Humans may or may not do the right thing, but the software that denies you a job or a mortgage has no principles or common sense.
It's decision by algorithm. Instead of it's death by firing squad, it's decision by algorithm. There'll be basically a whole series of decisions made, a series of programming, algorithms that are making decisions without any of us having insight into how those decisions are being made. And that's a little bit scary, is that the human judgment part of it may be replaced by automatic decision making, like in the movie Brazil, where there's an error made, but you have no way of actually going in and actually fixing the error.
Know that at all times, every move you make in cyberspace, and increasingly every move you make outside of cyberspace, you are being watched by the unblinking inhuman eye of machines who are drawing conclusions from your every action.
Hey! Quit stalling. Get back to work. Go on.